Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so Lakers, of course, got to talk about our team. We don't play again until tomorrow, but yeah, it's a few things. Cole Swider, from what I understand, stress fracture in his foot. Stress fracture in his foot. We don't have nothing but two shooters. One of them's out. So yeah, Cole Swider, man. Even though we haven't seen much of him, and he struggled in the preseason. It was very important that he get at least some reps with us or the South Bay Lakers so that he could, get the minutes. And unfortunately, this is going to set back his development big time. And I'm not very, very pleased about it. But what are you going to do? It's injuries. We deal with injuries. Lakers deal with injuries. Next thing I want to say is, sorry to anybody, and I mean anybody who was offended by that headline yesterday that I put up there. Why the Lakers paying bad players? I put that up there because that's what was on my heart, truly. And I wanted to get whoever would be excited about seeing a headline like this to sit there and listen to everything I had to say. And at the end of that video, I hope they understood that the last thing I was trying to do was disrespect professional athletes. If anything, I'm trying to get my team to understand that there are guys in the G League, players like Cole Swider, like Max Christie, who we just called back up from the South Bay Lakers, that can play, that deserve opportunities. We don't have to run around players that don't want to play. We don't have to run around guys that are not committed. We don't have to run around guys that are not going to be able to get it done for us. And so for me, it was very important that I throw some clickbait energy on that one, because I want that to catch people's attention. I hope Jeanie Buss see it. I hope Magic Johnson see it. I hope LeBron James see it. I hope anybody on the team or anybody who's ever watched, anybody that ever cared, I want them to be able to see how this Laker fan feels about what we're going through right now, because there is another path to winning other than what it is that we always do, mortgaging our future and kind of going after players that, I've been watching this Laker team for a long time, and when I made that headline, I wasn't just talking about this season, you guys. That's the thing. I was thinking about eras that had to do with Mitch Kupchak too when I put that out there, because the Lakers, over the years, we have put a lot of players in uniform that I never thought should have been in our uniform. And I ain't saying everybody, obviously, but I'm just thinking about players, and I don't desire to single anybody out right now, but there are some guys that come to mind over the years that I just know should have never put on a uniform. And while in the past we didn't have a G League, you know what I mean, if your talent wasn't very good, it was a little difficult to just pull up and pick and plug and all of that. But now, that is not the case. And what I sense is going on around the league is a shift, of course, to people starting to understand that it's okay to go to the G League and get talent and sign guys to two ways and develop them that way. But also, it's time to exit the era of politic NBA agent ball. It's time to exit that era. Agents are important, and everybody deserves to have their leverage when they do their work, and everything's been working a certain way for a long time. But like I always say, the system that we work with in the NBA, the system that they use, is outdated. The way that they operate to put players on teams and the way that they pay them in order to fit it on the cap, all of that stuff has to evolve into a different system, because now you have it so that there's more talent coming from more angles in the world, different places, including the G League and overseas. You have just an overall need to play differently. It's not as simple as having 6 guys on the team that can really ball and then like the rest of the team just be okay and half of those guys never play. Depth is much more important. We have a lot more understanding about injuries and how much a star should actually be accounted for in terms of what they hold in responsibility for an 82-game season plus playoffs, what it takes to keep a body healthy throughout the season. You need healthier bodies. You need what it takes to make pieces fit, and the different types of players that might be necessary in order to make simple basketball cohesiveness take place. It needs to be easier to interchangeably put talent on teams, and it needs to not be reasons that don't have to do with basketball that puts players on the floor. That's what I'm saying to you. I've seen guys be recycled and guys be used over and over again. Veterans who don't have anything left. And then I see young players whose careers never get started because they don't get off the ground because the agents keep recycling these old players that can't play. And then you get situations where guys are not quite as good, but they signed with the right agent, so now they're going to be put in certain situations. And I just see other guys get cut, like McCoy and Mac McClung, who I know damn well are naturally more talented than these agent players. They're more talented than these dudes. They always were more talented than these dudes. They just happen to be born after them. You know what I'm saying? They happen to be born in a world where there were more avenues for them to develop more skills. They were in, we're in a space right now where big men are taught to dribble and shoot. You know what I mean? We're taught that point guards, you got to learn how to do more than just, floor general and do those type of things. It's like guys are coming in more versatile. It's a need to have more players on the floor in general. And it can't be this hard to put them on teams. It can't be this hard to get guys off of squads and get guys on the squads. It can't. Not anymore. Because it was too simple to put together a basketball team in the past. You only need about 6 of them dudes to play. And now it's the opposite. So that's where I'm at. That's why it was important that I put that title in that way. Because when I got on that screen, the only thing I was really talking about is how we need to stop looking at all the agent guys. Guys that we know damn well been on 8 teams, none of them can play. You get them out of here and you bring up the Max Christies, you bring up the McCoys, you bring up all of these different dudes in the G League that we know damn well are itching for an opportunity. It's a lot of them. They hungry, they got a lot of energy, they haven't been paid, their families are still sitting in the spaces they were when they was dreaming of getting paid. And that's where I'm at with it. That's why it was important to put that up there like that. Because there's a lot of talented dudes who's still in the hood, man. A lot of talented dudes who are still dreaming of playing ball. They're overseas, Nah, they should be in the league. They should be right here in the league. They're needed right now. But we run around with dudes, barely shoot, barely dribble, but they signed to so-and-so, so for sure he going to make sure they get on the Lakers. And he has the leverage to do so because he also has big-time star names, so he's going to make sure his guys get where they want to go with the leverage that he can use because he has a big star name. So now your little scrubs that he has signed to him get to be in the league all over the place, contaminating teams left and right with their garbage. This fan tired of it. This fan can see that problem all over the league and then see owners in situations where they're firing people. It trickles down to them firing people because those guys can't play. Not because the system sucks, not because the coach sucks, not because any of that sucks, but because of agent games. Because of the little agent players that's still floating around for the last 15 years, been on 18 teams, and ain't never balled out, not once at all. Dude's been floating around the league, ain't got better, getting worse. You know what I'm saying? But still getting paid. Here go another $30 million contract for this guy. Here go another $47 million contract for that. No. No. If the NBA is going to continue to put on the product that they've been putting on, they're going to have to evolve as the game evolves itself. That does not work anymore. No. The youth movement is real. If you look at all the rookies that are playing real roles in this league right now, you understand that this is why. This is why so many young players have so many real roles in the NBA, because we've been recycling scrubs for a very long time. It's true. We're recycling them. And it's like, yo, I don't want to see this dude on my team no more. No, not him. No. He ain't hit a bucket in 3 years and is worth $200 million, fam. It's time for him to go sit in the booth. It's time for him to be an assistant coach. He don't need a roster spot no more. It's getting ridiculous. It really is. No, he should not have a roster spot anymore. No. Dude's been in the league for 20 years, was a role player the whole time, bro. There's somebody going crazy trying to get on your team right now, and he's not getting a spot because you keep giving your roster spot to that guy. That's wrong. And that's why I say, why are the Lakers paying bad players? Because it ain't just about the Lakers. It ain't just about this season. It's about the whole damn league and how they operate. No more. No, I'm sick of seeing teams struggle. I'm sick of seeing guys never get off the ground with their careers. I'm sick of seeing dudes that I see come to the league on teams from France and hit 9 NBA threes and then go back to France and we don't see him no more. He should have been called over. I watched the team with Wembanyama on. Was it Wembanyama? No, I'm getting it mixed up with something else. It might have been Wembanyama's home team, I think it was. Back from where he was to France, that's what it was. He had come over, play, who was it? One of them teams. And the guys on his squad went off. I think that's how that went. They were either showcasing him or showcasing another overseas talent. I don't remember exactly what I was watching, but I believe it was a French team against, what was it, Phoenix Suns or somebody like that? And the dudes on the team, was 2 of them, went off for like 8 threes. And I'm looking at my Lakers, and I realized something. We need those guys. We sitting up here struggling to shoot the ball, and we just saw showcased players who aren't rich right now hit 8 damn threes. 8 of them in an NBA game and smoke a team that was in the finals 2 years ago, and we ain't think to call them dudes up. But we paying bad players. We dealing with agent games and missing a record amount of 3-point shots. You trying to tell me you can't find no other talent nowhere else that can do this? That's my thing. That's exactly my thing. And I look around, I see who was on the floor wearing a uniform. I'm like, you can't find nobody better than that. How much you paying him? Who's advising you to do that? Let me show you a different way. That's exactly what that was about. Like, no, we're not doing that no more. A fan here sees better. Legitimately sees a better way. I'm not saying I got all the answers. I certainly don't have all the details, but there is definitely an understanding that that old way has to evolve. We still using old ways. And then guys, as I've always said, are frustrated. They're trying to maneuver around it. They're trying to get themselves into the best possible path with a little bit of time they have left to play. And then they get on these teams, and you got the agent games going on. It's like, how the hell am I supposed to win with that guy? You got a guy like Superstar A sitting over here trying to run his tail off, but he's like, here goes that guy. And he knows damn well that he was running in the preseason, he was running with better players. He knows that. He knows he has better upside players that was on the G League. And you know what happened? They went back to the G League. The regular guys got called, the agent game players got called back up. Or, go back to his squad and they continue to lose. Pass to the guy, nope, ball goes out of bounds. Dribbles off his foot. Bricks off the side of the backboard. And then I look overseas and I'll see a guy go for 38-8. Win the NBA, winning his championship overseas, and then starts his season next year, $100,000 a year. And I see the roster spot on our team with a full-fledged scrub. Dude, talent level, only a little bit marginally better than mine type stuff. I'm like, no more of this. More. I think there are too many people with their interests wrapped up in the business of basketball to where they are not in a position to say this and it be to an advantage to them. But it's there and it's just a problem, and they're not going to say anything. I will. I don't make a dime off any of this. I will definitely say that. So that's what it's about, man. I went to sleep last night feeling like I needed to explain that. Felt like I probably should apologize to anybody who felt disrespected. But if you watched the video, I hope that you came to the conclusion that there was nothing to disrespect and that there was a full-fledged reason why I did that. And it wasn't just to bring attention to myself. It's to bring attention to the cause. The cause. And it's not the first time I've spoken on that. In fact, I've made about 1 million videos on that because that's really what I'm passionate about. Let those kids who are not considered in-crowd players, agent players, give them their opportunities. When you see them come over here and they ball out, that's your cue to call them over. Don't let them go back overseas after scoring 40 on an NBA floor and beating Chris Paul. No more of that. Not when you got players on your team that can't hit a shot. Absolutely not. That's what the scouts are hired for. You go get those guys, you sign them to two-way contracts, and you see if those guys can play. Enough of this nonsense. I don't know why the hell Mac McClung is not in our organization when we can't hit a three-point shot and we got all this nonsense going on with our team. Why isn't he here? 40 Jones said the same thing. Why ain't he here? You know damn well we're struggling with these players. Why? I look at a guy like Paris Bass catching lobs, running the floor hard. Why are we struggling with some of these players? If we know a guy like that can at least give us a double-double if we put him in and learn him right. I'm not saying that I'm telling you these are the pieces that must be here. What I'm saying is these are the players I'm aware that probably should have opportunities, and there are a million others that I'm not aware of. And if I were in that world, I would be bringing their names up too. Like, look, this guy can ball, this guy can ball. I'm just not in that space. But trust you me, if I were, every day I'd be telling you, like, there's a guy over here in Lithuania balling out, and he could do this, and this is why you need him. I wish I was that kind of person. I'm just not that guy. But trust you me, that's what's needed. They need more of that. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. This is not necessarily a Laker talk video, I guess. I just wanted to explain why I said what I said yesterday. You know why I put that up there. Encourage everybody to go check it out. I was just venting, man. Really, just venting. You know, being a little proactive with my voice as I try to be. You know. What can I say, man? Hopefully, I can be an asset to the game. I think at the end of the day, I like good product on the floor. If it's the agent guys that are balling out, let them have their opportunity. I ain't sitting up here saying they're agent guys if they're not balling. You know what I'm saying? They are balling, and they don't deserve to have that put on them. So I recognize that, and I want to make sure you guys do too. Nah, it's for the players who that applies to, that we're talking about. Yeah, not just guys who are really doing their job the right way and just so happen to have good connections. That's not a problem. But I'm talking about dudes that damn right scrubs. We know can't play no more. We know that they're connected to so-and-so agency, so that's the only reason why they got a job. Stop it, please. Please stop this. I understand that it's necessary in the politics of getting big stars, but what you end up doing is hurting yourself on the back end because the other players can't help the stars be as good as they need to be, so you end up having it all fall apart anyway. Got to take care of every aspect of basketball and value it equally, because it comes together to be your business. Simple as that. That's what I gotta say, man. That is it. I thank everybody for rocking with BDF 44. Of course, we'll come with more stuff in regards to this game and this sport, but you know, for the time being, I just want to get that out. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching BDF 44. I'm out.